Alright guys, welcome back to yet another video.
So today we are doing a little bit of an experiment, aren't we?
Right.
We are going to be travelling to two different centres at the same time.
Nowadays, it's more frequent to find synthetic lanes than wooden lanes.
So, as us bowlers know, there is a huge difference between both surfaces. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to put that to the test.
So we're both going to bowl 3 games in 2 different centres.
Yeah, one's going to have wood lanes, as you can see behind us, and one is going to have synthetic lanes instead. And we're going to see the difference in the reaction and how we play.
I'll be staying right here in our local centre. That's got the wood lanes.
And what I'll be doing is I'll be travelling an hour down the road over to the synthetic lanes. So, bye. I'm going to head off to the synthetic centre. I'm guessing he's going to do some kind of warming up. He might even start bowling. Let's just see. Catch you guys in a bit.
So Callam is on his way to the centre with the synthetic lanes. I'm going to warm up here now on the wood lanes until I hear from him.
1 hour later.
Okay guys, so we've been travelling for about an hour now, and as you can tell, I've arrived outside in Stockton. So as you can tell, I am in a hoodie. It is quite cold outside. We've got to wait about 5 or 10 minutes to get inside the building, and then we'll go from there. Let's go.
Alright ladies and gentlemen, so Callam has arrived at the synthetic centre. So I'm going to crack on with game 1. Let's get started.
Meanwhile,
Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem. So I've basically turned up a little bit too early, so now I've got to wait about 15-20 minutes just for the ball night to be unlocked. So we've had a very cold start to my morning. I'm sure John's off to a much better start than this, but I will catch us eventually when I'm inside the building. Hopefully not too much longer.
Alright ladies and gentlemen, first game over with. It's a 198. So we've got that old school wooden lane reaction and ball motion. It's hooking earlier in the front part of the lane, as you know you would normally get on wooden lanes.
eventually.
Okay guys, so eventually I'm inside the bowling alley with the brand new synthetic lanes. I've had about 15-20 minutes practice, so I'm feeling pretty confident. So I do believe time-wise, John is a little bit further ahead back at home than I am. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to get straight on the lanes with game 1, see if we can get dialed in quickly. Let's go. Okay, so we're just wrapping up game 1. I've opened up the 257. That's a pretty strong start considering how the lanes are played. As I kind of thought originally, the synthetic lanes do play a lot longer than the wood ones back at home. But I am off to a pretty good start considering. I know for a fact John will have definitely finished game 1 already. I'm going to make a prediction, bearing in mind he is on wood lanes on fresh. And I'm going to say he's opened up with a 210. That's my educated guess. Let's see how he's doing.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm starting to hit transition halfway through game 2. As you can clearly see, a lot of early hook. So I think I'm going to ball down. I'm going to go from the Black Widow Ghost Pearl. I'm going to go to the Motiv Evoke Hysteria, which is a weaker ball, and see if that just helps keep that shape that I need down the right-hand side. Alright, so the lanes are starting to pick up in the front now, ladies and gentlemen. You can definitely see it. Very good ball change to the Hysteria. Classic wood lanes. Wood lanes in a nutshell.
Okay, so game 2 is over. We finished with a 221. So, a little bit of a drop in the score. Overall, the reaction has changed massively. We did move a little bit further left, still with the IQ. But the difference between the synthetic panels and the wood panels is that the oil pushes down so much quicker, and we are starting to lose that back end reaction massively.
Quick update, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard from Callam. I've matched his 221 in the second game. He bowls a lot better on the fresh as well. I'm approximately, if my maths is correct, 60 pins behind. So I'm hoping this game 3, I might be able to pull some back.
At this point, I decided to change to a high road, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best idea. So the ball did have a good reaction down lane, but I just couldn't get it in the 1-3 pocket correctly with how tight those synthetic lanes were towards the end. So because of that, I was leaving a lot of corner pins, and I was really struggling to string those strikes together to get the score going my way. At this point, I was starting to give John a lot of room to catch up, and that's what he started to do. Okay, so wrapping up this little experiment, we've both bowled 3 games. Hopefully I've won. If I have, amazing. If not, it's a bit of a fix, it's a bit of a con, let's say.
That is game 3 wrapped up. It is a 243, which takes me to a 662. Good series, I'm not going to lie.
Exactly as I predicted earlier, the synthetic panels, man, do they get tight down lane. Like, this is so much different compared to back at home.
So as usual, if you've enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, hit that big red button down below and subscribe.
And we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.